We're at Medusa Comics and Cards again, and we're just chilling out today, doing a little bit of testing, and my buddy Alex would like to show you his 60 card sauce.
Sauce.
Here we go.
The biggest brain deck out there. So
Let's get started.
for Lice Swarms, just 2 Raiden, 3 Wolf. I've actually considered cutting this to 2 because I don't want to draw it and it contributes to a lot of dead hands, but milling this off of Minerva or just grasses is just too good. It's the sickest.
Alright.
It's the best prank. But 5 Lice Swarms is good. It's plenty. Next, Heart and Soul of the deck.
Your win
Maybe
condition.
should go to 1. This actually, I found out something about this. When you get skill drained, what you can do with this is if you need to pop it, you can make Tornado Dragon, and then you can actually activate it and then chain Snow and banish Tornado Dragon. Because it resolves off the field, you can pop the skill drain. So this card actually helps you play around floodgates, back row, everything.
Nice.
This card is Heart and Soul of the deck. Then the
should be at
Zombie
1.
Engine. Yeah, probably. Then the Zombie Engine right here is 3 Solitaire, 2 Uni, 3 Mizuki, then Gozuki and Spearmaster. I was playing 2 of this because I really love the pop off the Snow, but you don't really need it.
It's a nice interaction.
It's not necessary. One's fine. Gozuki is super underrated. What I found is the nice thing about this is that just banishing Mizuki to bring this back, it just replaces itself, so it's just a free level 4 body.
Interesting.
Some people are cutting this to 1, which I understand because it is a brick, but like, this card is too versatile not to play at 2, I think. And I want these to be live. This is the best normal summon when you're doing the Predaplant combo to just extend for another rank 4 and Omega. So, would not change that.
Sick. Okay.
Then the Plant Engine, it's not standard. I run actually a little bit of a smaller one. I only play 2 of this, and then 1 of this. Do not play 2. That's garbage. It's bad Yu-Gi-Oh. Just play 1. But this, I only play 2 of because I'd rather see it off Lone Fire because this gives me more fuel for Snow. And also, I've reborn this to get to Golub Bulb before, which is a spicy play just for more link material. But
Right.
honestly, I think 2 of this is fine. So I would run this ratio. And then the Performance Engine, just 1 Juggler, 2 Tricker, and 1 Clown. I think 3 is too much of this, and I don't think 1's enough. 2 is just fine. Helps you get into curious plays off of your Earths. Like Giant Rex, this, and like a zombie is a common curious play.
Okay.
Just toolbox stuff. And this is also fun to banish. You can return this with Omega's effect and then get another Hat Tricker, and that's why I play 2 of them.
Okay.
And then now into the hand traps. I actually want to play 3 of this, but I only have 2 right now.
Alright.
And then I play 3 Droll. And the reason I play Droll is because at my locals,
Everyone searches.
this is probably just the best card. A lot of Trickstar, Invoke stuff, so Droll is probably the second best hand trap for me. I've considered playing a third, like a Gamma or something, but I think 5 to 6 is
Okay.
good. And the last monster is just 1 of random stuff. Thatcher's really cool because it helps certain curious plays, and it's just a free body where you can just like, you can basically just make Black Roses and Synchros and plays.
It's a nice play starter.
Yeah, it's just very nice and generic. And also, this is an out to Inspector border because you can Rota for this and then special it. And
Yes, you can.
So it doesn't come up in my locals, but it's just a nice thing to have in case of that problem. Golub Bulb, I don't play nappies or any of that. I just use it as link material. It just helps me make link plays. And then the big boy, I just play this for the memes. I should obviously play Garnet because of the attack value, but I don't know.
Well, you know.
More fun that way.
It fulfills the role.
I believe 39 monsters currently. And now on to the spells. The nice, pretty charges. Gotta play this at 3. I was playing Recharge, and I had, I think 7 Lice Horns, but I thought that was too much. I played 3 Raiden, 3 Wolf, and 1 of the rare Raikou, but I don't think it's necessary because it's a level 2. And it only comes up late game, and it's a dead draw. But 3 is fine with that. 3 Brilliant Fusion.
Oh,
Heart and Soul of the
beautiful.
deck. Oh yeah, these are the sauce. But, like, just gotta roll 3 of these. Don't ever play less than 3. The saucy card.
Please don't get
also
hit.
just nice for snow material after it's served its purpose. 3 Desires. I've gone back and forth with this card. I did at one point cut this entirely, but it's 60 cards, so you can resolve 2 of them. And if you're not resolving the Predaplant or a grass combo, this is the next best card. This just helps your brick hands and like helps your consistency. So I would suggest playing 3. Toolboxy stuff, 2 Gold Sark.
Free pop or free material.
Yeah, and I've actually, what I'll do sometimes is I'll actually use this for Soul Charge or Monster Reborn or certain stuff like that, just so that my opponent kind of pressures them because they know they're on a
When
clock.
you know you're in a good spot, you can afford to do that.
Yeah. And then this is the spice that I've currently been trying out, Called by the Grave. Basically opening this and a Lone Fire or a Solitaire, any solid play starter in your deck is amazing. And that's another reason I like Joel, is because Joel's a less common hand trap, especially at a local level.
Right.
So this, I can negate their hand traps, and I'm not playing a lot of the hand traps that are more common. Like
It also
Ogre.
ensures that your left arm or your grass goes through. So
Yeah,
that's
this card's very good. It's like Gamma, except you don't have a restriction on it, and it's a lot more versatile.
Nice.
So I like it a lot. Then you have to do it. You have to play them. A lot of times, this is another thing I liked about running 2 Spearmaster was having pops off this, even if it got Ash, which usually it didn't, because I would be able to bait it. But it's still nice. You definitely have to play 3, and the reason you play the deck, obviously.
Right.
This card is insane.
It's dumb.
It's crazy. Konami, bring this back to 3. Yes, please. And then just one-off power spells. Soul Charge, Monster Reborn, Foolish, and Rhoda. Rhoda's very nice. It gets you into your Raidens. It gets you into Goblinberg. For rank 4 plays, if you brick, it gets you into Thrasher. If you need an out to Inspector Border or something like that. It's just really good all around. I would play it. So, obviously, 60 cards. And
That's
I'll go
one
into
thick
my
boy.
Extra. I'll do my extra.
Here goes the extra.
Obviously, end requirement, gotta play Seraphonite. Misses for the Predaplant combo. Curious for the Predaplant combo. This card is insane. One fun thing you can do, it doesn't produce a lot of advantage, but you can loop this with Monster Reborn, and it just gives you a consistent 2400 body on the field. And then when you get to a point where you've grinded them down of resources, you can bring back something besides Monster Reborn, like a Snow or something, or some like level 4, just to like make that final XYZ push.
Seems really versatile.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an amazing card. I love this card. Borreload, gotta play it. I don't play Saryuja because I think if you can get 4 monsters on the board, there's better things to do than making a Saryuja 9 times out of 10. And
oftentimes you don't have things that are all different names too.
Yeah, that's actually not too bad, but it's just I don't see the need, honestly. And once you get it on field, it doesn't actually produce much advantage for you.
Right.
Honestly, that special is nice, but I just don't need it, really. I don't see the use for it. That's all my links and stuff like that. I'll get into Synchros. 2 Omega, gotta play them. The Saucy Boys. Just an amazing all-around card. Nothing to say about it. Scarlet, this card is very saucy.
Show us that tint there.
I've burned people for 4,000 with this more than once. No one sees this card coming. It's super sick, and when you've used your Black Rose, it's a really good secondary board wipe. Yes, they kind of serve the same role, so it's a little bit redundant, but I like having both.
Oh, one's a 7 and one's an 8 too. So
Yeah,
that
is true. That's another reason I kind of considered playing more hand traps, just to make Black Rose plays, because like a special and then a Black Rose is super like cool. It's a really nice play, but I make this enough, and I make it when I need to with Adam, so it's been working out just fine. And then now into our XYZs. Amaterasu, this card's very, very cool. It's seeing a lot more play now, and I think this card's been underrated for a while, but most decks don't have the resources to make 3 material rank 4s, but this card has amazing utility in this deck. You can special out Solitaires if you haven't used their effect that turn, and make free Omegas and free stuff, and obviously you can add back your hand traps.
Bunch of good interactions.
Invoker, it's an end requirement for the Predaplant combo. Minerva, I liked playing more Liceworns to get this effect off, but I actually am like super sacky with this card, so even with 5 and 6, I've been milling wolves off this like it's my job. This card is fantastic. And people underrate when you pop it, you get 3, and a lot of times that 3 mil comes in clutch even if I don't hit anything. And it's a non-target destruction, so just keep that in mind. Tornado Dragon, just staple rank 4.
Spot removal.
Like I said earlier, it's really good with the snow interaction because this will out skill drain, it outs almost any floodgate. So just absolutely play it. I wasn't playing this, believe it or not, and this actually has won so many games for me. You just bait out their disruption.
The ender of games.
Yeah, you just bait out all their disruption, and then you just drop this, and it's game. Like, this card's been good since its release. You know, it's still great. And then, lastly, Bagooska. I do not like this card, but I think it's a necessity because a lot of decks rely on their monster effects, and
particularly yours, like you're super explosive, so I can understand why you wouldn't want to make it.
Yeah, but when this deck bricks, you need to end on a rank 4 that's impactful, and as good as Tornado or Minerva are, usually they're not going to get you there, whereas this will give you time to accrue like hand resources to like further your game.
Okay.
So this is just kind of good to when you brick. You shouldn't play to when you brick, but it's good to have that kind of rank 4.
Did you want to show us the side, or do you want to keep that a secret?
No, I'll show the side.
All right, cool.
This should be humongous, I think, so I can add it back off of Mrs. Radiant if it comes up, but honestly it doesn't come up very often because I just use the misses for the Curious combo, and this is lower attack, it's a lot easier to get over, so you know, generic, good removal because it's gets rid of Masterpiece, which is probably the biggest problem for this deck. The Ghost Ogre, this is just a versatile hand trap. It's not good against every matchup, but it has a lot of utility, so I just side it instead of maining it because I think my mains are better. I want 3 of these, I think, in my side going forward, but it's just good against back row heavy decks. Another Inspect Border side if it comes up, or Cosmos, or, you know, whatever comes up. This is just really good. I was playing against my friend Isaac over here, and I actually only had 1 in my side at that point, and he said 2 pass, and I sided in 1, and I drew it in my opening 60 cards, and his back row was a Drowning and like a Call of the Haunted, and he had like a Dark.
And how does that make you feel?
Yeah.
Sacky piece of shit.
It was the sackiest thing ever. It was really funny. But this card's just really good. Also, discard outlet for snows, Mizukis, things you want in the graveyard, obviously.
Right.
3 Chalice. In testing, this card, honestly, I think could be improved on, but it's just really good. Just negating effects, and the fact that it's quick play obviously means it's versatile for going first or second. I think Called by the Grave's better, so I'm probably going to play 3 Called by the Grave mainer side and run this at 2 or switch that out, but it's a very good card. I like it a lot, so it's seeing a lot of play right now, so I think it's justified. It's versatile. And then these I probably going to switch out maybe also for Called by the Grave or Lancias or something else. I didn't have enough Call by the Grave, so I was using this instead. It's just obviously, you know, Psalm Strike. Nothing to say about it. This card's been good for years. It's very good. And then, very important, this comes up in the Invoked matchup. This comes up in the Pendulum matchup. This comes up in
anything that's not True Draco.
I actually, there was a game I was playing 60-card Mirror, and he was about to Black Rose me, and I had no protection, so I just flipped Dimensional Barrier, and he couldn't make his Black Rose, and I won. So, I don't know. It's not good to run 60 traps and 60 cards per se, but if you're going to run a trap, make it impactful, and Dimensional Barrier certainly is very impactful.
Very true.
That's the deck. That's all of it.
Do you have anything else you'd like to say?
Everyone should try out 60 card Sauce. Definitely play this deck. It is so fun. It is the biggest brain. It is.
Except for World Chalice.
The Sauce. Actually, yeah, World Chalice is probably bigger brain, but
all right,
it's
well,
my favorite. And
well, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.